Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Barstool Radio. We are here today on a very important day, a very interesting day. There's a lot of buzz going on in the office. We have Francis, Gia, and Pat with us, and we'll be joined shortly by a special guest. This is a big day. This is a big day.
Big day.
We're
Big
one
day.
day out from my live stream on Out and About.
One day out from your live
That's
stream.
what we're talking about, right? We're one day out
from your live stream. It's a huge day. I'm trying to retweet any kind of link. I hope we tweet out this link.
Oh yeah, I should tweet too.
The obvious topic of conversation is the fact that Erika, our CEO, is stepping down. And she put a video out. We haven't had a full meeting yet about this. We obviously got a very long, heartfelt email from Erika earlier today, and so we're waiting to see what's going on, with her life. You know what I mean? We're waiting to see all of that. And like I said, we have a special guest coming on shortly, and I'm looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we've seen, you guys have been here obviously a little longer than Gia has, but there's been a lot of different monumental moments in Barstool. But one of the things that has been steady and consistent has been our leadership, and that leadership being Erika and Dave. And now Erika's about to walk in right now with her leaving. We have some questions, so I'm very curious about it.
We have some compliments. We have some memories, I think, to discuss, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Please.
Erika, don't leave us, Erika. Oh my
Please.
gosh! Thank you for coming on.
Hello, Erika. But before we continue, we would like to introduce you, but we would actually like Francis to introduce you.
Yes.
Something very lovely to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of Barstool Radio, our next guest, the former CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of AOL, the host of Token CEO podcast, board member of Torchy's Tacos.
Not anymore.
Once upon a time.
Great.
Also, previous board member of, some of these can be past and present, of the WWE. Big Leads, number 19 of 75 most powerful people in sports media business. In 2018, she was Forbes number 25 on the list of most powerful women in sports, to only then become their most powerful woman in sports. This all according to your lengthy Wikipedia page.
Yeah, people love to
Well, the accolades go on and on, but we all know her as our beloved CEO here at Barstool, taking the company from a $15 million valuation to $550 million, hopefully raking in a massive windfall yourself. We wish you well. Thank you for being here with us, and thanks for guiding this ship home. It's Erika Ayers Baden.
Yep.
Is that the right way to pronounce it?
Hell yeah.
How are you? You just put the guests over in the corner over here?
Well, listen, we're workshopping a situation for where we want radio to be. Right now, it's in here, and it's a new era of Barstool Radio. I don't know if you noticed. This is the crew today, and so we're working out the kinks. But yes, thank you.
Where do you want it to go?
Thank you so much. We want it to be fun, I think, above all. I think we want it to be fun. We want an inside look at Barstool. We want the drama to stay, but we want a fun conversation as well, kind of talk show vibe, a little bit more structure if it were up to me. I love a structure.
Yeah.
I love a long
You're
email.
always a
I love a
structure
structure.
girl. Yeah.
That's the shit I do like. So, but thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today. This is a big deal. I feel emotional a little bit. I'm trying not to
I'm very
look you in
emotional.
the eyes.
Yeah, it's sad.
No.
How do you
feel?
feel? Crying on the train this morning was the worst.
I mean, of course, but it's a rite of passage. You have to cry on a train, at some point.
I don't love. You're like sniffing. I had a lady crying across from me the other day, and I was like, I didn't have a tissue. You feel like you're using your sleeve.
Of course, yeah. Sometimes you got to do it.
It's sad.
It is sad.
But awesome, but sad.
I guess we'll just jump right into it. So, what is the thought process behind you deciding to step down?
I think that and let's not blow the all hands because it's
True. We did mention that we have yet to have the big company meeting. We all obviously read your very heartfelt email this morning, a nice little trip down memory lane. It was really lovely. But yeah.
I loved this thing. You know what I mean? Like I really, we just didn't know what it could be.
Of course.
And it became so big.
Yeah. It really did.
And that's crazy. So I feel like what I came here to do and what we set out to do, we did. And then we did it times 1,000 and then 1,000 times after that. And then, you know, I spent almost a decade protecting you guys and pushing you and trying to grow you and grow a business around you, even when people didn't want to have one. And, you know, it really was extraordinary. And I felt like everything I came here to do, we did. And I also feel like, it's what I said in my email, like we made so many trips around the sun that it's like exactly right back where it belongs. And I feel so good about that. Like, you know, I can remember meeting Dave in 2016 in a coffee shop in, you know, the West Village. And I loved his vision. I loved Dave instantly. I wanted to work with Dave. And I'm so grateful that I did. He was the best person I've ever worked with. But Barstool was always meant to be Dave's. Always meant to be Dave's. It always was Dave's. And I'm so grateful that he let me in, and Big Cat and KFC and everybody followed Gaz. Like, people didn't have to give me a chance, and they didn't have to let me in, and they didn't have to be willing to be pushed and to try things and to fail and to grow. And the mission was always to grow this. The mission was to grow. And we grew so much.
It's astounding when you think about it. And I, as someone who became full-time in 2020, but was around when you came around, I think that being on the outside and watching it, the shift was so extreme. Like right away, you can tell that this was going to be something completely different from where it had started, and that you were at the helm of it. And I think that it was so exciting. I mean, I don't want to, I want you guys to say more about it. I'm only saying my piece because I'm getting it out of the way. But, you know, watching you being I feel like I'm going to cry my eyes out. This is crazy. I'm a very emotional person. I'm sorry. Watching you come in and take command of a group of men and be in a position of power and work really hard to deal with the different personalities, the different type of people that we have here, and succeeding in such a way is truly inspiring. And I think that it's really been something to look up to, and I appreciate everything that you've done here.
Thanks,
I really
Keegs.
do.
Thank you.
Of course. It's nice.
Now Francis,
You
you say
guys like to
something
say-
totally
You know, I
No,
want to
say
be
something
funny. I want to be funny.
I know you do.
I think
You're better at
it's-
being funny than I am.
think it's the wrong choice. I mean, to Kelly's point, timeline-wise, I started working here very shortly after you did. I think only about 6 months. And obviously I had a little hiatus there in the middle.
Yep.
But
Boomerang is what they call it.
yeah, that's it. That's
Boomerang. Yeah, I like
it
that.
was a choice by me. No, but we've also worked in that time on so much, and in the working on the show, hopefully someday. And you know, hearing the story from your perspective, time and again, and especially the state in which the company that you inherited, the way it was, and how you sort of wrestled everybody into a cohesion with a singular vision. And I think the efficacy with which you led, and you really wrestled cats and egos,
Yes.
and anger and jealousy and all these, you know, toxic things into one vision, and one massive achievement, you know, whether it be the social numbers, the impact, the leading of the landscape, or the of course massive financial windfall. It's impossible to look at your story as anything but singular success.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to read your book and hear
we have a
even
book.
more.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we have a book.
I'm excited to see what you do next.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get over our skis, but I'm very curious about that. Maybe you'll address that in your speech. I'm also curious on the level of, is there anything at this point that you couldn't do? Meaning,
So much.
is there a
You
job
have.
for which
Yes,
your resume
a lot of
is
jobs.
not putting you at the top now? I don't know how that works. I don't know candidacy. To me, are there? Sheryl Sandberg comes to mind, but
Oh, no.
what wouldn't you be eligible for that you wanted to do? Lots of questions.
I think we can't forget that people hate this company.
Right.
So there will be things that I will be eligible for, and there will be people who will never want me just by virtue of what we created. Like this thing was never. No one wanted Barstool Sports to be this successful, and I love that the challenge of doing something that nobody thought we could do, and doing it our own way. Like that's what I'm just so proud of, is that we really did it our own way. I can remember it was right before the Barstool Fund, and we had a big TV exec person being like, you've got to raise money for charity this way. You have to do it this way. You've got to put your money into my thing, and I'm going to do it legitimately, and you have to do it this way. And we did it the exact opposite way, and we did it on our own terms, and we did it almost overnight. And what we created, oddly, was like the most efficient way to deploy funds into small business owners' hands at a time that they needed it. And it nearly broke us. It nearly broke me trying to do that. But there were so many moments like that at Barstool, which is, I don't care if, I was never in it for the resume. I'm so proud of the people here, and I'm so proud of the lessons we learned and the way we did what we did and how we did it, and the fans and the stoolies. And I just think that this thing is such a miracle. It's truly out of this mayhem is this miracle. I think it was a miracle Dave and I clicked the way we clicked. It was a miracle that I got here and Big Cat and KFC were like, who the fuck is she? Get her out of here. You know what I mean? And it was a miracle that we failed so many times, but all that failure built a machine, and that machine was just so ahead of its time. And you guys are all part of that. Everyone here is part of that. And it was always about the same thing. It's protect the creative, protect the creator. And
You gave me health insurance. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
remember that?
I was like, does this mean I have health insurance? You were like, talk to me in an hour. I was like, okay. But
check on that.
Francis said, I know you want to address the company before you kind of publicly say what your plan is and everything like that. But just from, I guess, an outsider's insider perspective, when you're running a company and it's okay, the goal is to sell the company, and it's been bought and it's been sold and it's been bought and it's been sold. And so it's basically you're at a point where it's I've made my money, I've accomplished everything I want to accomplish. Now I need to kind of look for other things. Is that more of...
Not even that. It's when I got here, Barstool was a blog, and it had maybe 15 people in it, most of whom were in Boston, outside of K. Marco, KFC, Dave. Big Cat was in Chicago. And the mission was to grow. It was legitimate, creative. There wasn't a P&L, which in business speak, nobody knew where the fucking money was or where it was coming from or who was spending what. I can remember one month that summer, Dave's electricity went out, and I was like, oh shit, I need to pay Dave's electric bill. It was just stuff like that all the time. That was the same summer where he was eating too much sushi, and he ate the same thing for lunch every day. So he had sushi, or for dinner. I guess he had sushi takeout for dinner, and he had mercury poisoning.
Oh, no.
And then I had to find Dave a doctor for mercury poisoning. It's like everyone here uses Dr. Fine, who's my dentist. Like we all go to the same dermatologist. Like it's like
Yeah.
so it was a little bit of like a den mother thing, you know. But
Absolutely.
or like weird science. It was a little bit weird science. Which
I love that comparison.
You are
Weird
guys.
science, yeah.
I think people are too young. Do you guys? Even
They should know
what
though.
weird
That's a
science is?
classic movie.
Gio's
Weird
like,
Science.
what's weird science?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
what
me
Weird
feel old
Science
every
is?
day.
Heard of it? Wasn't it a?
It's a great, great 80s movie.
You should watch.
But anyways, these two nerds conjure up like the perfect woman, and it's Kelly LeBrock, right? It was
Yeah, Kelly LeBrock. Yeah.
I'm not the perfect woman, and they weren't nerds. But to your question of it is that look, the mission was to grow, and you'll remember it was like we thought we were going to be on television, like we thought ESPN was going to buy us. Like I think people legitimately thought that. That was like the goal. That was maybe NBC will buy us, maybe Fox will buy us, maybe ESPN would buy us, maybe CBS would buy us. So we ran at that. And then we went on television and got canceled all over the place. And then it was like,
It was so cool.
Were you ever courted by those companies?
to buy us.
For them to buy
we
you?
courted them quite a
see.
bit. But there was a moment where we had a deal pending with NBC, Fox, and ESPN. And then something happened. I don't know. Somebody said something stupid, or
Probably, yeah.
chaps wrote a pumpkin blog. Like I don't remember, but like something killed all of it.
Right.
But that people forget that was like, okay, the exit path is going to be that a media company buys us, and then it was like scratch on the record, no media company's going to buy us, and that was a big moment for me because I was like, I'm trying to mainstream this thing, and then it's just never going to be mainstream, so we have to be the mainstream. So then we bought Rough and Rowdy. We started making different content. We started making more content. We found Call Her Daddy, which was, explosive. So for me, the why now is that the mission was always to grow it, build it, keep it authentic, keep it 24/7, keep it volatile, keep it real, keep creative people protected, build this brand, love this brand, be loyal to the brand. And then, I spent all of August basically getting the company back to Dave for $1. And I was like, fuck, I've pretty much done it all here.
Yeah.
We sold it to Penn in February or whatever, and then we sold it to Dave in August. And
Is that kind of your moment where you're like, okay,
I was
I
this
can
thing
rest.
is going to be okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be great. You guys are going to be great. I taught you everything I know.
Absolutely. I like the expression you keep using where it's several trips around the sun, because it does feel like that. It does feel like
It's like dog years.
like
Yeah.
like a full rotation. I think that it all coming back to it now being Dave's again, and it almost is like, okay, like you said, lay it to rest. We're good to go.
Yeah, it's like I came full circle too. It was
Totally.
like I always like to build things and fix things and create things. And what Barstool needs right now is not to grow, it needs to be. And we built this machine. We truly built an engine of culture
Yeah.
What's
that
your
nobody can rival.
What is your favorite thing that you got to work on during this time? I know that's a crazy question to ask.
Yeah,
But do you have one thing that you just worked your fucking ass off about and you're really, really proud of it?
And we this is Barstool Radio, so we don't want, I'm just proud of the friendships that we're cultivating. I want
Yeah.
a number of money or a plaque or something. Something
My favorite,
Something juicy.
there were so many. I was texting with PFT this morning about, the time in the what I don't know what you call it, HQ2,
Two, I
the
think,
office
right?
before this. The office before this was really special. It was,
best.
I shared the office with Coley. Remember, Coley was in my office. YP had the chinchilla outside. Riggs and YP were bitching at each other constantly. Nate was always mad. Everybody was mad, and Pat, remember you sat at the table in the middle of it, and Pat just kept showing up to work. We did not pay Pat for years. But I think the thing that I was most proud of is when we did Comedy Central, when we did that first TV pilot. And the only reason I say that is we landed that first thing. It was I finally, like hoard myself out to Comedy Central to do this deal. I was like always in Midtown, like trying to get the deal done. Got the deal done. It was no money. It was a stupid deal, but they gave us 4 nights on television. And
Incredible.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone in the company pretty much went to Houston. And in those days, we all lived in the same house. So it was like me and Glennie and like
sharing a bathroom with
everything.
Right, that's insane.
We always
That's
slept
absurd.
in the same house.
What year was this?
This was like 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason I say it is that it was so big to us. Like we were at a vintage store buying the props, which are like the frog and the dog, and we did this, and we did not create a TV show the way a TV show is typically created. But that first night when it went on air and I'm like in the truck, it was like electric. But the other thing that made me so proud, it was the first time for me anyways, or really for us, that we were out in the world with other people. And I think the production company and all the Comedy Central execs and the Viacom people and the advertising people were expecting to come to our houses, that we had, I think, 3 houses, and find drugs and alcohol and debauchery and women everywhere and just like, like a nightmare. And they would come and everyone was on their computers with water splayed everywhere. Everyone was like, this group of people worked so hard. They want it so bad. Like from Dave to, down to the PA assistant, like everyone worked so hard. And we were not what everyone had the worst impression of what we would be. And whether or not it was a good TV show or not, it obviously was. I mean, we rated the fuck out of that show, but 30% of Massachusetts watched that show, like in one single night at 1 a.m.
It was really cool and it was fun and it was like hilarious, and especially for those who knew.
Yeah, like Hank had the time clock, like it was so great. But what was so great about it was that we did it our own way, and we did it in a way that defied what anyone thought was possible. And when anyone encountered us, which has always been my experience at Barstool, which is people are quick to judge or hate or dismiss or like, whatever you call that, sneer.
Sneer, yeah. Roll their eyes.
When they touched us, it was like, this is gold. Like, this is such a gem. So,
cool.
Is that good enough, Francis?
Absolutely.
A little long-winded, probably.
Counter question.
Okay.
What was the worst or darkest moment? Was there ever a moment where you thought we're never going to recover from this?
That you want to talk about right
you
now?
want to
There
talk
were a lot
about
of those, too. Yeah, there were a lot of those. They always came like in the middle of nowhere. Like I would be like in my closet, like trying to get like cell phone service. I can remember like having to walk down to the train station to call Penn one morning, like something had happened. And the gotchas, I think for me, you could never count on the high because there was a low that would come right after it. And that was a good lesson, I think, for me and for everybody. But so many lows, like we failed and fucked up all the time. I think the best thing about this company is how flawed it is. Like, this is a collection of like misfits and freaks and
it
weirdos.
gives us the it gives us the ability to fuck up also.
Definitely.
To feel like, all right, this failed, but we can try something new. It's good for us.
It's like when the pandemic happened, and it's what I said in my email, which is like, the rest of the media industry could not figure out how to produce without a producer and an associate producer and the head producer and the director and like all this infrastructure. And it was like back to the beginning. And it's kind of, actually, it's a good analogy, which is when the pandemic hit and everybody had to go home, and that happened on like a Tuesday. Gaz and I were in Vegas with Penn, and I like kind of hugged Gaz at the terrible hotel, and Gaz was like, well, I'll see you when I see you, like, you know what I mean, like COVID was so looming. Gaz flew back to Boston, I flew back to New York, but Barstool went back to what it was, which was the blog, making your own videos, using your iPhone, using your brain to produce stuff. And I think we're in that same moment, which is it's just gone right back to the beginning, right where it should be. And what was so amazing is we grew so disproportionately over COVID, over everyone else, because we didn't need all the trappings and the studios and the we just had what we had. I don't know why I got on that topic, but I think the making lemons out of lemonade is just a strength of this company, and being able to do stuff when nobody else could, because there was no legacy to break down when I got here. There really was just blogs every 30 minutes. So we built a skeleton that is like exactly right for the internet.
Sure.
How did the conversation with Dave go when you told him you were?
I was so
kinda
sad. I was like shaky voice and kinda like I am now. He was great. Like,
You think he saw it coming, or was it like?
no, I think he was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
what we did with this
Yeah.
thing is like
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Okay,
And
but you've got 6 months left on your contract. You're not taking any of that fucking IP with you, are you? Token CEO is mine, bitch.
it was great. Dave's always been great.
You think he like saw it coming? Was there like? Was it a
Probably- I mean,
surprise, or was it like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and you kind of?
I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still have the energy to go build and do things, and
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's what this company needs right now. And I think I'm very decisive. I think Dave is 100 times as decisive as I am, and Dave's a good business person. He always was a good business person. People don't give him credit for that. So it's going to be great. And I'm not going that far. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not like,
Yeah.
I'm here. You know what I mean?
You're not moving to an island and like
I'm
middle
not moving
fingers
to
up
an
to the
island.
world. Yeah, yeah.
It always feels like a funeral when someone leaves.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Literally, I was on the 3rd floor today, and I was like, it's like dead man walking. It's like nobody will look at me, and I was
Right.
like,
No one wants to have.
I'm
the
like,
combo.
I know I've been crying, but you can look at me. Like, I'm still
I
here.
think that's kind of a reflection of this place, is that it does feel like a big family in a lot of ways, and when someone leaves, you're like, what do you mean? Like, what like
Yeah.
I won't see you every day. I won't like run into quick casual conversation, and again, yeah, of course we'll talk to you, we'll see you, text, whatever, like you're not falling off the
I'm
face
a
of the
little
earth.
panicked for tomorrow morning. Like, I'm having a little bit of
tomorrow morning?
I'm a little panicked. Like, I've just come to the office and walk to work every
Oh,
day,
yeah.
and, like,
Was
I'm
today
like,
your official last day?
no, like, I'll be around for the
Yeah.
months.
Tomorrow you'll hang out at home.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm a
leaving.
little
Deserve a
like
day off
tomorrow
tomorrow.
I
morning.
know, me too.
I thought you
Yeah.
were leaving like tomorrow morning.
yeah. Well, no, tomorrow you'll process in your,
Yeah.
in your
I'm gonna
closet.
process in my closet,
Yeah.
which is where all women should process. All
Exactly.
people,
Yeah.
really.
It's the best way. It's the best way to do it.
You, I'm sorry.
No, go, Francis. You go.
I'm curious about retirement for you.
Oh, good
Is
question.
is it a question of when, or like, is it a question of when will you have accomplished enough that you say I'm done, or will you work until you can't anymore because you
Like
love working?
Pry my little fingers.
Yeah,
off
yeah,
my
yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
I think I love to work. I really love to work. I love to work with people. I love to make things and fix things, and it's settling for my brain. I feel like my brain is like. So I don't see myself as like a go sit at the beach kind of person. I don't see that happening for a long time. I still have a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy to go do stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I think
love
at
that.
some point I will find something different and better to do. But it's also like, I don't know anything about writing a book. I'm like, oh, I wrote a book on the side. Maybe I'll write books. I don't know.
The book is really exciting. You've posted about it. You've talked about it a little bit. I think it comes out fall time, right?
June.
Oh, June. Oh my God, sooner than I thought. Very exciting.
Shit,
How,
I'm supposed to be on a call about that.
how is that?
12:31.
We'll let you go. We'll let you go.
12:31, yeah.
But
Okay.
but quickly before you go, about the book, how has that experience been writing it, and especially reflecting a lot about your time at Barstool?
The book is not really about Barstool. Like it is. I think Barstool changed my life and changed what I thought I was capable of, and I think it's been like that for most everybody here. I think the book for me, I wrote it after Penn invested in us because it was very hard. The Penn years were hard for me. I found it stressful. It was stressful.
Definitely, I'd
Bet.
say the
And
least.
it was, I was caught. And I wasn't feeling creative and free to go build and create things the way we always had up till that point. It was more about fitting it into a framework that already existed that wasn't my own or our own, and it was uncomfortable. So I started on the train on my phone and on nights and weekends writing the book. And what I really got to is like, what are all the lessons that I've learned from work, and what do I really believe in with work? And I believe that you can be yourself and be successful. I believe you have to push yourself to be better. I think there are voices in everybody's head that hold them back or push them down or tell you can't be something that you can. And I think a lot of people run their career because of what somebody else wants. Or what somebody else thinks they should be. People listen too much to people outside of themselves, I think. And that was a great lesson for me at Barstool Sports. Like, screw everybody else. Nobody cares about your career. Nobody cares about your company. So go do what makes you happy and be great at it. And that's really what the book is about. But what was cool about the book was it's in 3 parts. It's like, get your head in the game, like how to think about work. And then it's like being great at work. Like, your coworkers are idiots. Like, what do you do when your boss is like a twit? Like, it talks about real shit at work. And then the last part is how do you know when it's time to leave, and how do you know to go find what's next? And that, I think, I wrote it this fall. I think I'm still finishing it now, which I'm going to go get yelled at in like 3 minutes on. But I think that was helpful for me thinking about my own self and this place, and like, does it still scare me? And is there something that is there a challenge I haven't done before here? And that's where I really got to like, God, I left it all on the field. Like, I gave everything I have.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want to go scare myself again. And I think I will. Okay, I gotta go, guys.
I love that.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited.
Thank you, Erika.
Thank you for taking the time.
Good luck.
Yeah, good
See you in a
luck.
bit.
We'll see you later.
You're like graduated out of the bean.
Oh, I still have them. I thought about it. Imagine if we'd
One
both
quick
been wearing the
roast on the way out.
same boots tonight.
Damn.
today.
Oh, she's got her bean boots on.
Oh, I had one more fun question I wanted to
I
ask
had
her.
so many.
But maybe you guys
Yeah.
can weigh in. The question was, I wanted to ask her if she thinks that there is someone we should hire from within
Oh, great.
as her
That is a good
replacement,
That's a really good question.
as the next CEO. Specifically, maybe if there's another woman that we should hire, or if Barstool is finally ready to achieve its potential. Come on,
Right.
Gia. Love that one.
I have a feeling. She is like, excuse me, bitch.
Soar to the greatest heights we finally
Right.
can.
Fucking
Finally.
yeah.
We need a male
Finally.
CEO.
Look, as
We
the
need-
only straight white male in this room, I feel like it's important for me.
You have to establish yourself. I can't imagine. They're probably just going to elevate someone to be in charge of the business floor, and then like that'll be it.
Well, I bet that's so. Okay, first of all, huge thank you to Erika for
Yeah,
taking
seriously,
time
thank
to
you.
a
That was
full
great.
30 minutes out of her day to come talk to us. She literally hasn't even spoken to the company yet as a whole. So I think that a lot of these extra questions we have, I'm very curious to know if they'll be answered at our meeting later. I'm sure we'll know more tomorrow. Hopefully, if he is not busy, we can maybe get Dave on tomorrow. He gave me a maybe, so we'll see.
Ooh.
And we'll see how that goes.
here?
But no, not right now. I don't know if he is or not. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think we should open up for calls. People calling in a little bit as well.
To your point on the inside baseball thing, we had a calendar invite about a speech or a meeting with Erika.
Yep.
And then a lot of people didn't know what it was going to be about.
I had no idea.
And then today there was an article in the New York Post that she is stepping down. Does that mean that we have a mole? Is there leaks?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yes.
but
It's a leaky
I mean,
ship.
it could be. It could be, but that information is so like locked up, so I don't really know. But okay, so call in with your thoughts. 888-786-6522. I think we're gonna finish out the show with this. So
Say that Dave or
Erika related.
Yeah, it's definitely.
They said no
Limited.
comment. No
No,
comment.
Someone
yeah.
leaked it. Shit's
Yeah,
been
oh.
leaked before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit gets leaked all the
When
time.
we had the layoffs, there was a leak, like with details
Yeah.
of how many people were getting laid off,
Yeah.
like to the number.
Yeah.
I almost blogged it. New York Post. I was like, this
No,
will be a
it's-
good one. I
it's
almost TikToked
the
it.
post that
How many
everybody-
pages?
The Post sometimes I have love-hate relationship with the Post because I like when they put me in for silly things. Like they put Barstool Radio, thank you, the New York Post, into an article yesterday about our discussion about whether or not Hank is dating the crazy plane girl.
Saw
so
that.
was nice.
Who was that?
Appreciate
Craig.
that.
Is that Craig or Austin?
I can
Lord.
never tell them apart. I'll be
Yeah, I
honest. They
know.
look exactly the same to me.
I think that's
I think that's
Craig?
Austin. No, I think it's
Sorry.
Austin.
Oh.
Anywho.
Anyway, so phone lines are open. Please feel free to call in. Quickly before we do that, let me do this quick ad. We talked a little bit yesterday about how the new TED show is on TV. It's streaming on Peacock. Streaming only on Peacock. We're really everybody's speaking so highly of it.
I heard that
Everybody's
the
saying
ratings were
hilarious
insane.
things. Ratings are insane. Speaking of Massachusetts, I liked what she said just now about like 30%
That's
of
wild.
Massachusetts was watching.
Yeah.
I stayed up to watch
Comedy
it.
Central Barstool Rundown. That was it was the coolest thing. I
didn't
like
even know that
saddled
was a
up.
thing.
I remember like sitting in my boyfriend's living room and we had like snacks. We were ready for it. We were watching. It was really exciting. Like I was crying. The whole thing. Same thing for Van Talk though. Same treatment. Like it's exciting to see your friend succeed in that kind of way. So it's cool.
Totally.
But so Ted, we said this yesterday. This one is set in 1993. It's kind of like a family sitcom vibe, and Ted is obviously in the family. So check it out, Peacock, streaming now. It's fabulous. Everybody loves it. Wow, guys, I'm well now that my head's back on. It took me a minute to get my head back on. That was exciting. I can't believe that Erika came in to talk to us truly because
so
we haven't gotten.
cool.
No one's talking to the company. I can't believe I
Started
almost cried.
She started crying. I didn't know what that. I thought I was going to
expect
make
it.
a joke or something, and I was like,
No, I
I don't think
respect
this
the
is
cry
the time
because
or
I feel
place.
like
Of course, same.
Yeah.
This is
Crying
a
just
meaningful
shows, like,
thing.
a true emotion, and
I was just thinking that
see crying
clip.
as like weak,
Oof.
but like
The whole time I'm thinking that clip is gonna be so.
oh my
good.
god.
Of her crying?
Oh yeah, that clip is
Yeah.
unread.
I felt like I wasn't
It's our
talking
job.
much because like obviously
Oh, no.
I'm very new to this company, so like I don't have a lot of insight about like, but obviously from day one when I was an intern, like she was someone that I thought was like untouchable, just so cool. A woman CEO at Barstool, like
awesome.
how intimidating of a job to take on and how scary that must have been for her. And like I hate this term, but she's like the ultimate girl boss.
Yeah.
And to have
Well,
developed
I think that Erika invented girl boss. Like I don't like I never
she,
heard
like-
girl boss until she came around.
There
I'm
was
not
a
kidding.
show called Girl Boss, but she's such an
I
inspiration.
know there was a show called Girl
yeah,
Boss.
and she just getting to know her has been really, really special, and she like gave me the opportunity to move to content, which has been so fun for me. So I owe her like a lot, and
It's a big
she's
deal.
she's amazing. Yeah.
I owe her everything too because I tried to work at Barstool for 5-ish years, maybe a little bit longer, and I was always like almost there. Like it was always like, oh, if I could slide in here, or if I could maybe be like a third chair over here, and it was always like a maybe. I was about to start having like salary conversations, and then shit would hit the fan, and it just like wouldn't work out, and it was a lot of time with that. And during that time, I always heard from Erika being like, it's just not the time, but don't lose hope. Like eventually, whatever. And then finally, when it came time where I was able to come on board, like she's the one that made it happen. Like she went through all the channels. She like bullied people into it. Like it was fantastic. And so I, girls get the job done.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's what I learned from that.
I think she's been like a source of comfort for a lot of people. Like
Totally.
with all the shit that's gone on here, it's like I've always been like, okay, I've always trusted wholeheartedly in Dave and Erika. Like they're going to right the ship. They're like the constant here. And I think internally, at least some of like the murmur that's been going around is whenever there's an all hands meeting, it's like, is Erika stepping down? Is
you
someone
always
stepping
think.
down? And there was a couple like, texts going around about that last night. I was like, there's no fucking way. And then lo and behold, the thing gets posted on New York Post. So, so here we are.
What?
Here we are.
How long until it's all done?
I wonder if to your oh, stop. How I
It's
truly
all
wonder-
downhill from here.
Yep.
I wonder really who like if there is at this moment for Barstool like a need for a replacement CEO. Like I wonder if these kind of things can, I don't know.
I was gonna say if you had to pick one content person to be CEO,
Oh yeah,
who would you pick?
Of course, me.
You pick yourself.
yeah, it's me as well. I picked
Content
myself.
person?
Yeah.
Heaven.
I mean, it's probably
myself.
Big Cat.
Oh, wait, actually,
yeah,
this
Big
is
Cat,
This
yeah.
is
Oh,
perfect. We
well,
have Justin from
I thought more as, like,
Delaware.
Maybe that's obvious.
Yeah,
but-
I didn't mean like KFC.
Hello, wait.
Big
Sorry, Justin from Delaware is calling in, and he wants to know who do we think should be the CEO. Justin, what's going on?
Oh. Well, I think the
Hey,
obvious.
Callie, what's up?
Nothing. How are you?
Doing good. Go ahead, Gia.
Okay, cool. There you go. Sorry,
No,
I don't want to cut you off,
I think
Justin.
the obvious answer is Big Cat or
Wait.
KFC or.
Let's not even. I don't mean to. I'm sorry, GM.
No, it's okay.
Let's do this. Everyone name. You have to name the person. That's all we get to say, and then we can discuss. But you have. And
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
starting.
I was going to ask if you think it should be someone within the company or if they should go outside the company again and do rehires.
That's a really good question. I don't know. Outside the company would be tough. It's bringing people into the fold is very difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bringing someone completely new would be a lot.
And I think
Yeah.
when people come in from outside, they have something that they want to prove and they kind of want to make their mark. And I don't know if
Sure.
we're in a spot where we're trying to make a mark or fucking prove anything anymore.
That's what I'm
And also,
saying.
what CEO is going to want to come in? It's like, we're not going to sell again.
No,
Just make
totally
Dave
right.
should be the CEO. I think Dave is going to be the CEO.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I wonder
It's like
about
I was
that.
talking with what's his name upstairs, Ryan, and he was like, "Yeah, Dave's very involved in like the sales meetings and all this."
Yeah, of course.
So I think he's much more obviously invested in it now,
Yeah.
which I think is a great thing. I think the more
Oh, I think that's
invested,
fantastic
like,
too.
Yeah.
I agree.
If it could be anyone, I feel like it obviously should be Dave.
Yeah.
It's like, does he want to take?
Who do you think, Fran?
I think everything you just said is true. I mean, I think that the goal, whatever, 7 years ago when Erika was hired, is very different from the goal now, and it's been stated as such. Dave has said, "I don't care if we make any money." Well, what enterprising CEO who's hoping to build their name and brand the way that Erika did would ever want to take on a company whose leader has expressed a complete
Yeah.
disinterest
Right.
in
Totally.
being growth oriented and
It's
growing
like the
profits.
money's been made. It's like not
Yeah.
just like the money's. But see, if you're a young CEO trying to come in and like really make a mark, we're obviously like we're adaptable, whatever. But I think we're change resistant in the sense that like you don't want to change too much of the brand. So there's
Yeah.
that. It's like, does Dave really want the headache of having some new fucking person in here? And it's like, I don't know.
Agreed.
Tune into
Justin-
my live stream tomorrow. I'll talk about it.
Justin, who do you think it should be?
My vote would go for Big Cat. That's my favorite person on the planet. I love that guy. I think he's definitely business oriented as well. With the Barstool Chicago office, see that place? It's insane. And yeah, I vote Big Cat 2024 CEO.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for calling. We have Jack asking the same question, and I want to ask him the same question. Jack from Connecticut. Who do you think should be the CEO? I know we just discussed.
Yeah, that was going to be my question for you guys. Let's exclude Dave from this scenario. Who do you, 2 or 3 people from you guys? Who do you think internally could be the next CEO? Thanks.
Thanks so much, Jack. I appreciate it.
It's also interesting now because we do have 2 different offices.
We do. Well, here's the thing.
So
Are we being silly with this? Or are we being
I know
like
that I
for
kind
real,
of
for
asked
real?
the question.
I kind of
want to
be silly.
I kind of want because I was like, oh, Frank the Tank.
Exactly. I think this is not an original thought. I had talked about this before with some friends. I think that someone like Robbie Fox, like someone who everybody just loves and like works so hard and is so good. Like if somebody told me tomorrow, "Hey, Robbie Fox is your new boss," I'd be like, "Absolutely perfect, love it, obsessed." Like he's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's so chill. He's so nice.
Yeah, works super hard.
Yeah,
like
works so hard.
someone like that who maybe like has the bones to be that kind of person.
I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking like not to make it like serious, but it kind of is like just
Yeah.
knowing like I know a lot of the people upstairs and there's a lot of like very smart people there who like I can now see, oh, this person's going to take on more responsibility.
Oh,
They're
for
going to be elevated like
sure.
in the right way. I'm not even going to say the names.
No,
I don't
don't
wanna
say
fuck
names.
things
Yeah,
up
yeah,
for them.
I got a
Yes.
name.
There's 4 or 5. Yeah.
I got a name.
Yeah.
Large.
Oh.
There we go. Now
Oh,
we're talking.
he would have to dress like as like Mr. Monopoly.
Large-
every day.
large-
You know, like I
large
want him in a
is-
top hat.
every day.
He's got the intelligence. He knows how to look at a balance sheet and he sees what's what. He spent all those years on Wall Street. He's got leadership qualities. He's got that adult in the room character.
He's got a gout flare up right now. He just texted me.
Oh no!
He's
praying for him.
been on the content side, but I think he could balance the sales and profit side. I think Large would be a great CEO. Frankly,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think if it's Large, Annie has to come too because I think that they balance each other out. Like Large will make the silly jokes
Hell
and
was
Annie will
that
come
just-
around
I'm just.
and
do
be
we
like,
really
be
need
like, don't
another
worry, we're
woman
still another
CEO?
feminist.
Like, come on. We just
No.
got.
Also, Large
Rid
looks
of our
great.
last one.
Large lost like 40 pounds. Large
Yeah, he
looks
does look
fucking
great.
awesome.
He does
I go,
look awesome.
I go, what was it? He goes, strictly lifestyle. He goes, I stopped boozing all the time. And
It's
he's lost
tough.
the weight. Large
There you
looks.
go.
Large
It's
looks
tough when
great.
you notice like an active change in yourself when you start like taking care of yourself, like whatever. You know, it's like so annoying. But no, I think actually that's a good a good suggestion. Just somebody, right? Someone who would know both sides of the business and who's kind of already not passive, but isn't looking to make a name, to kind of
maybe they got to put 3 kids through college.
Yeah, that's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
fucking get out of here anytime soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
what
think if we went to Large and we said we want you to be CEO, he would say something like, "Well, I don't want to be it," and that's when then I would say, "And that's why it has to be."
Right. It's always the person
Has
that
to be
doesn't
you.
want to be it.
That is precisely why you must take it. And then I die.
That's a really interesting thing you said, Gia. Like, nobody, if you want a job like this, I feel like you're not
right for
suited
it.
for
Yeah.
it. Like,
You
or
want-
not.
you need some
Everybody wants
humble.
the job. Like,
You
everybody
need some
wants that kind of job,
humble.
right? You need someone who is like, oh no, I could never, and then they run the world. You know what I mean? Like,
I think internally makes the most sense here because
I think so.
people obviously know, like what Erika said. It's not about growing now. It's more about like
showing.
We're showers, not growers.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
By the way,
people here internally are more focused on that than they are if someone came in. They'd be like, "Oh, we want to take Barstool." Like, you know, like I feel like.
No, dude, I'm just trying to get another contract. Fuck. I'm not trying to like buck the trend here.
For sure.
trying to
What were
get
you
a
about to say,
credenza.
Francis? Were you
I
about
just
to say
always
something?
wondered about that I'm a grower, not a shower thing. Does that mean that like people
Means your penis
who
gets
don't-
bigger when you.
and then those for whom that doesn't happen just constantly show everyone their penis?
Well,
How is showing your penis the opposite of gaining length
think
when
not-
you get an
you know-
erection?
You know the expression. Are you for real right now?
Yes. Are you a grower or a shower?
You've seen like
it
a
means like
a soft dick get hard and grow.
Yes, I understand the physics of it.
The
Okay.
fast motion.
I don't
Are there
see,
people out there
I don't
just
see
showing
those
their
as
penis?
opposites.
Why?
Because
that, yeah.
someone whose dick
if you
is
show, you're gonna grow no matter what.
just like
No.
no, it's already at full
It's
length.
there, and then it just
flaccid,
goes up.
Isn't running around in a trench coat, whipping it out, and being
Right.
like, "Check it out, kids."
Well, I guess when you have a big dick,
So you're being
showing.
literal. You're being literal. No one is literally showing their dick.
Are we to imply that men who gain very little length with an erection from their flaccid state are much more likely to show people their penis?
No, but
No,
they'll
it's
peacock
that-
it around in the
It's
in
that
the
it's
locker
no.
room or
I
something.
have always interpreted as
Yeah,
when you
yes.
see it as is. Whether if you're a shower, you can already tell how big that dick is. It only goes up.
Yes.
Versus grower, it's like you see that dick and you're like,
Like I'm a
I don't know
shower,
about that.
What
And
you
then
see
it
is what you get.
and then it gets right, and then it gets bigger, and you're like, oh wait, now you're a grower because I didn't know that you had it like that.
No, it's not what you see, is what you. There's always an element of growing.
Yeah, but some more than
So
others.
it's like I'm either a grower
people
or
have a
a
tiny
max
dick and it gets
capacity
ginormous.
person already. It either grows
Yes.
or I exist in my full state.
I think that this is an interesting thing. Has this been rattling around your head for a while? Like, how have you thought of this?
I don't sleep because of this question.
You're thinking this question.
I think
Okay.
about this all the time.
I think I need like a diagram
Showing,
to draw this
not
out for
growing.
you.
To me, it's like
What are you, Gia? Shower or grower?
I'm a shower. You see what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I think I'm a shower as well.
I'm neither.
Can we get back to the. We were having such a good show. Who derailed us?
It was you,
It was
bro.
you. You did this.
Was it?
Yes.
Well, I said shower. You said shower. Then I said shower.
we made the
not
joke,
grower,
and you
then
said, "Explain it to me literally."
I'd rather
I was
be a
like,
shower.
okay.
What were we talking about before all that show?
We're talking about
growing
the
up?
CEO, large,
CEO.
large would be good.
Oh yeah, I think. Let's talk other viable candidates.
Yes.
I got All Biz Pete on there.
Ooh,
power hungry.
sleeper fave though.
I got All Biz Pete on there. We need people who are
Pete would be
smart.
good.
I feel like my
Yes.
reaction.
Yeah,
was
Pete
kinda
would be
rude,
good.
and I
Get it
feel
all.
bad.
What'd
What's your
you do?
reaction?
My face was like,
Why don't you want all biz Pete?
No, all business Pete.
I don't
owns
have
the
any
company.
beef with All Business Pete. I don't have any
I
beef
love
with All
Pete.
Business Pete. He's been here forever. It just feels like everyone says to Pete, like, "Hey, where's the Wi-Fi?" And Pete's
Yeah.
like, "What's
It's a bit
Pete's
though.
answer?"
It's a bit.
Yeah.
Like
Is
it's
Pete even in charge of the Wi-Fi?
he's
No.
not for
Yeah,
years
okay,
has he been in
so,
charge
yeah.
of the Wi-Fi. But
I think
he's
Pete would be good.
he's in charge of so much shit. Like he's in charge of so many things that you don't even realize.
Just need someone who knows the wiring. You
Yeah.
need someone who knows the
I also
DNA.
s-
Oh, fucking Gaz.
it could be gas.
Gaz is on there.
That's like number.
Gaz.
He's like prime.
I think Erika has told me in passing that he would have been her successor choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
Oh, it's so Gaz.
I would like that.
Gaz would be
What I want it
great.
to be is just someone that that understands us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone that can deal with us in a way that has a little bit of grace and patience. Because
Yeah.
sometimes things get hairy in
I
here.
feel like there was a time when there was a lot of people brought in and they were just trying to change everything. Like
oh yeah,
everything.
Well, that was Penn stuff.
Yeah, even the way that I mean, I feel like I noticed such a big difference from 2021 to now. And obviously, like, everyone would always say, oh, the office everything used to be so different. And I kind of loved the idea of Barstool, or working at Barstool, because I love the idea of what it is and being yourself and the authenticity of it. And I feel like there was a lot of changes that people tried to force onto, whether it was shows or people or whatever. So I feel like if someone came externally, that would be another huge problem that we would have.
Erika kind of said
like,
that.
Oh, like, let's switch things up. It's
Erika
like, no.
kind of mentioned like that for a while she felt like they were trying to fit into something versus just let things flow creatively. And I think that it's sometimes a necessary evil. Like, it was, you know, full force creative for a long time.
Yeah.
You get to the Plymouth, then you
need some structure.
You know, you figure it out, you get some structure, you do some things, you kind of fit the mold, and you either expand from there or you break out again. And we broke out again, I think.
It makes me a little nervous though. Like, just
Nervous,
it's nerve wracking.
Yeah,
in a
totally.
sense.
Oh,
I
for
still have like an underlying fear of.
Yeah, I mean, there's zero
course.
chance my contract gets renewed. I've already
Like, honestly, same. Like,
started
how
punching
much-
up my resume. It is what it is. These will be fun few months.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I have no
Are
self-worth.
you having
healthy to
a
think
crisis
that.
in the last like 15 minutes? Have you
I
been
just
having like
miss
a crisis?
Erica. I already miss her. Okay.
The vibe from you
Should've
changed in the
talked about
last 15
yourself like
minutes,
that.
and I can tell something's going on in that head.
Who else? I think PFT would be solid, but I don't think he'd want it.
I think to those
No
saying,
way PFC would want it.
I think to
feel like.
those saying Dan and PFT, I don't think they have time.
That's my
What
point.
kind of
Yeah.
time
I think
would
they
either
like
of
what
those
they
They have
guys
to
do.
give up part of my take.
Yeah.
Completely. They would never give up part of it. They'd have to give up like, well,
Or maybe like
Like
less shows.
Dan couldn't be on the yak every single day. Like,
Yeah.
in meetings, they'd be corporate people again.
Or
Like, they
Dan.
give Hank all that shit for being corporate Hank.
Right.
They would be corporate people.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
Hank.
Maybe it's Hank.
Hank
Maybe
and,
it's Mark
Imagine.
Titus.
Hank and what's his face? What's her face?
MB
Basketball star Mark
Gamkey.
Titus?
That's who I was-
I like
Gamkey.
MB. I like
MB
MB
is
a
the
lot.
goat.
She's
I
sort of
love
like
MB.
the head
Love MB.
salesperson.
She's a woman though, so.
Yeah, but we
So
needed
she's off your list.
we needed at least one.
I'm going to Daytona
Right.
with MB in February.
I spent
Oh.
a lot of time
Yes.
with MB, and she's
fabulous.
I like
love
MB.
Yeah.
She's dynamic. She's very good with the clients.
Very good with the clients.
Maybe
And she's very good with us. Like,
Yeah.
I'll say, I don't know if it's like insulting of me to say this or not, because I am also a content person and I'm talking about myself as well. Everyone is extremely emotional and hard to deal with on certain times. Not always, not every day, but there are times where like someone's upset about something and you have to manage those emotions. And it's like you're managing talent. You're managing
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
And I think that if you think that you have never had to be like managed before, you're lying. Like, yes, you have. Maybe not to your knowledge, but you definitely have. And having patient people
Yeah.
who know how to navigate that without sounding like insulting or like making people feel like, you know, feel like shit. Like, if your show gets canceled or something, like, there's a way to talk to people about that, to not discourage them to go off, you know, fly off the fucking handle or something. You
Right.
never know. Like, we're all
She has tact.
creatives to a certain level, I think.
I think my thought would be that hopefully the CEO is a few rungs above having to deal with like pouty
For sure.
bullshit, and maybe we could have some intermediary. But to your point, yeah, if a show, my podcast got canceled, and Erika was the one who told me,
Erika told me too.
and was very nice about it. It didn't sting as much as if someone else had.
It's all about it's, you know, honesty and the delivery and all of that. Like, it's just, I think that I always use the expression, but it's like whatever way the wind blows, you never know really how people are going to act in here. You
Right.
really don't.
Yeah.
Like, people are, I mean, I'm moody as hell. A lot of people are moody as hell, and anybody that pretends like they're not is fucking lying. Like,
People are
everybody
so
is
fucked up in this
so
company.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, am I being
Think
crazy
about
for saying this?
That's
like
been the biggest thing
fucking-
Everyone's a diva.
Jesus
Everyone-
Christ. If we were to, let me tell you something right now. If
Crazy.
we were to really air out what goes on in here on Barstool Radio, good Lord.
Come on, Patty.
Buckle in,
Bring it
because
in,
this
Patty.
fucking place.
Let it rain. Let it
Everyone
rain.
knows so much about each other. There is shit
Too
that we
much,
could
too
say, which
much.
I'm not going to,
No.
that would fucking blow the internet.
Come on, you're
mean-
teasing us.
No.
You're growing, not
But
showing.
to Kelly's point, to bring it full circle, Erika is the ideal person to be able to deal with
Yeah.
this sheer fucking lunacy of all the people in here, myself included.
Yes,
And
myself
also
included,
turn
too.
around and then hop on a call and, you know, be selling a company for $500 million. It's like,
Oh,
she's the
Completely.
best.
I just thought of a great candidate.
Oh, who?
Diego.
Someone who really knows the company and has gone out and really added amazing business.
Caleb.
education, and that is Liz Gonzalez.
Ah. Well, she's a lawyer as well.
Wait, what?
She's got that
Yeah,
law
this is a
acumen.
troll. This is every single day they're going to bring up this bitch.
Oh, I like
swear to
this.
God.
This is
not
let's
today.
keep doing this.
Not today. Not
Yeah.
today. And when I'm feeling like a feminist, don't make me say nice things.
Well, we have Liz here today. Liz, would you please join the program?
That's what we like to call a runner.
That
Yes.
I would kill
This is a
myself on
runner.
air. I would kill. I'm saying right now, I would kill myself on air.
I wish I knew more Liz.
can't say that.
Promises, promises.
that for
am I right?
Liz would
We have
know how to
somebody-
tell
we have
us
a caller,
that you
we
had
have a
killed yourself
caller.
in a gentle
We
way.
have a caller named Jake from Ohio.
Unlike the cab that
wants
fucking
to know-
blazed her on the West Side Highway.
who wants to know if Ben Mintz
I love Liz.
or
I really did
Glennie
like Liz a lot.
Balls should be the CEO.
Ben Mintz or Glennie Balls?
Jake, talk to us, please. Save me, God.
Well, look, these two are wildly unqualified for the job. But from a content perspective,
Ben Mintz or Glennie Balls.
from
If you
a
didn't know.
pure,
Mhm.
yeah, from a pure content perspective, Glenn Mintz or Glennie Balls or Ben
Glenn
Mintz
Mintz or Betty
would
Balls?
be, yeah, pure gold. And I mean, what better way to start out the third act? You've seen the leadership Ben Mintz has shown with Hogs for a Cause, and Glennie Balls is great with women. I
Hogs
mean,
for a cause?
it'd be a win-win.
Hugs for a cause.
Anything that Ben Mintz does, he just thinks is like the up and coming next big thing. So it would be very, very funny to see him become CEO. He'd be like, Barstool's never gonna be the better than it ever is before now. Like it's gonna be the best.
What
great
better
Ben
what
Mintz
better
impression.
way to start our third chapter than with a joke CEO as a bit that will then drive the
know.
company into the ground?
That's what I'm saying. Like I
Like,
almost
I would choose
think
balls
Ben
over
should
mints.
do
I
it.
would choose
I would
balls over
choose
mints.
balls over Mintz.
I would choose
Wouldn't you?
balls over mints too, for sure.
I feel like Glennie would
Also,
be very
he's already,
chill.
like I said, it has to be like we're looking not for a CEO but for a mayor. We need like a mayor who will come in and hello
A female
everyone.
horse?
And yes,
A mayor?
exactly, a mayor, M-A-R-E, mayor. We need someone to come in, shake hands, kiss babies, make sure we're all still intact, and then just jet off who knows where.
What
Yeah.
if we go
And
the
that's,
opposite of that and just give it to Kirk for a week and see what happens?
Oh,
Oh no! I'd
wanna
be
talk about
fired.
cleaning
Then
house.
the radio show's canceled and I'm
Yeah, I would be
fired, and we're all fired.
So maybe
and,
people would like that.
I love Kirk.
and there'll be a slogan on
What-
over the Barstool that says "Women don't belong here," and that'll be it.
I'm a Minna fan.
What if you did both and had Balls be the CEO of New York and Mintz be the CEO of Chicago?
That's now we're cooking.
Okay.
Now we're cooking. We're gonna have to bring it up to them. We'll have to see. Thank you so much for the call, Jake. I
Maybe
appreciate
put Ebony in
Appreciate it.
charge.
Thanks.
I would love Ebony in charge.
Ebony doesn't-
I would love Ebony in charge.
Security
too.
guard Pat.
Security guard Pat would be
love
great.
It looks like she's bopping right now. I wonder if she's listening to something good.
Is there anybody else? Yeah, obviously Kevin and John to some degree.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd want it either.
No.
That's another thing too. Is like who wants it, but then like if they want it, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
Like it's a delicate dance. It's a
Yeah.
delicate dance.
I feel like KFC
Power
would be
is
good
a
at it.
fickle beast.
I'm
I would
shocked.
I would tell everyone I didn't want it only to increase my
Right.
candidacy.
Yeah, I would do the
Right.
same exact thing.
And then as soon as I got it, I would say it is an honor I humbly accept, and then I would go home and yell.
Yeah.
What would you yell?
Eureka!
I did it! I did it!
Sublime!
Something
What
like
about
that
Dukes?
into a pile of shirts.
That sounds lovely to me. We
Like
have
down on a wooden spoon.
let's
Patty
wrap it
knows
up.
like-
Let's wrap it
Hello,
up with one
talk
more
about it.
call. Who are you talking about right now? Oh, okay.
Oh, dudes, I gotta plug
Sorry.
my thing after this
I
call.
didn't
by
hear
the
you.
way.
You can hold on. All right. We have John from Atlanta. He wants to call in, wondering about the potential future location for the CEO. John, what's going on?
Hey, so big Barstool fan in general, and it's kind of funny seeing a lot of the Chicago versus New York. But I was curious if the New York office, if the CEO was not located there, if there would possibly be bad implications for the New York office.
Oh, it's a good question,
I
actually.
guess who?
It is a
I
good
guess
question.
it
Thanks,
would
John.
depend
We'll
on who they hire,
answer for you.
right?
I think that there's no chance that it goes to Chicago because all the salespeople are here.
Right.
Unless they suddenly move the entire upstairs to Chicago, like this,
That is
why
true.
else would
That is true.
they do have business people in Chicago, but nothing like
Not as many.
everybody's here.
Yeah.
So that would be massive.
That's
if they
true.
moved everyone upstairs and a new CEO to Chicago, then I think I would officially be worried.
That and
Yeah.
business
like-
is done in New York.
Yeah,
I don't know if business is done in Chicago.
Agreed.
Can't even get there.
Exactly.
You're damn right, brother.
Exactly.
Send out a slew of big ad executives from Duncan.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you guys are flying into O'Hare and flying out later that night. No chance.
Are you throwing an accent on there? A little
I don't
bit?
know. I don't know who I am.
I felt a little accent coming
Going
out of
through
you.
it or something?
Francis is
happening.
going through it for the last 10 minutes. He's been going through it.
I'm
But Pat,
hot in this sweater. I got very
yeah.
hot. It's
All
a
right.
fisherman's
Seems
sweater.
thick.
It's
It
meant to be
seems
worn on
It's
a
a nice
deck.
sweater. It's a very nice sweater. But all right, Pat, tell us, explain to us tomorrow what you're, explain to us what you're doing doing tonight leading into tomorrow for your stream? Because we will be checking in with you tomorrow on the
Hopefully I'm going to be alive at this time tomorrow.
Yes, we're not sure.
Joey and I are moving in together, along with our sweet, sweet Diego and Vinny, who are in the control room. We're going to be live streaming 24/7 from his apartment until we get to 50,000 YouTube subscribers. We're only about 5,000 away.
Oh, you'll get it in so quick.
I don't know. And so I'm like, okay, we want to sleep over no matter what. So hopefully we'll get it quick. And we have all these games and challenges and all this shit that's going on. We get to 48,000, we do this. 49,000, we do this. I'm sorry, that woman's fur coat.
Yeah, what the hell?
What is happening?
That is the mob wife fashion.
Yeah,
it's
I
mob
love
wife. Mob wife
more
wife
than
right
anything
now.
in the world. But really quick, back to the stream.
Ooh, what are
I'm
these
going to be
numbers?
checking in here on radio, and we're going to be having people come over, call in. You guys are welcome to do that.
Yep.
It's going to be a blast, and it's also going to be a nightmare. So I asked Joey to come in here to talk about it, but I think he's in the
I
flower
feel like
district.
that's gonna be fun.
He's getting fresh
You guys
flowers.
are just having a sleepover, playing games, and cooking dinner. Like,
Well,
Have you
it's-
spent an extended period of time with Joey?
Yeah, no, you.
No.
I don't think you have.
I love Joey, but
Same.
it's.
spent max like 3 hours with him, probably.
I'm just worried about not being able to escape. Like I want to do my
Like he's
routine.
gonna lock the doors and make booby traps and set up cameras and shit.
Oh,
Like,
this is his dream.
Yeah, Joe is so happy to be doing this. Well, he's picking up fresh
honestly-
flowers. You're gonna eat good.
We're gonna eat. Oh, we're gonna eat
He's
gourmet
gonna
meals.
he's gonna spoil the shit out of
Nothing
you.
seems better to me than just chilling for 72 hours on a live stream. Like you don't really have to do anything.
I don't know, man. I don't. I would maybe 72 hours is fucking crazy. Like that, I could never do. But 12 hours. I don't know. I don't want to put a limit on the time that I. Could
Vinny doesn't
stream.
think we're gonna hit it, and he's like, "You won't hit it in 48 hours." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking
He's
about?"
crazy for that. He's wrong.
I
for
think
that.
we're so our bet is okay. If we hit it in under 48 hours, we get to dress you in whatever we want for a week. You have to wear it to the office.
Oh, that's funny.
I think
I'm
that's a good
talking
bet.
gimp suit.
Under
I'm
4
talking.
hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
No,
think
48 hours.
What? That's kind of rude.
Now I feel like it's almost jinxing
Live
me.
streams are very fickle.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying
How many
it can go
subscribers
one
do you
way
have
or
right
the
now?
other. Like we've done so many. It's like
45.
sometimes you get that flood in, but it's
That's why I want to hit it early. I'm trying to front load all of our shit. That way the
Yeah.
pressure's off.
I think if you have a lot of people, a lot of us promoting it
Yeah.
and retweeting and stuff, that'll help a lot, and you'll get it. I mean, freaking everybody was talking about healthy
Jersey
debate
Jerry, you're
for
thinking
hours.
Jersey Jerry.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't actually. I was
Funny
thinking
guy,
healthy,
Barstool.
Healthy debate. Healthy debate. Who did it first? By the way.
Thanks for
Francis.
telling me what I was thinking.
yeah.
Francis,
Wow.
what do you mean, Jersey
Well,
Jerry's
look-
the funniest guy?
I saw you stumbling,
was
and I
healthy
wanted
debate.
to
Yeah.
step
Yeah.
in.
Thank you
Was
for
a healthy
trying to
Be a
debate.
boost.
So we're
Wow.
Be
stealing.
a boost step.
Yeah.
We lose one woman, and look where we are.
Find that next rung.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
next
I really
foothold.
Yeah, thank you so
Yep.
much. But,
Anyway, so I think this is going to be tremendous. You start tonight, correct?
I got to pack up all my shit, and
Okay.
it's like I am excited to do laundry there because we call Joey Nana. He's literally a grandmother. He's
Yes.
gonna cook for us. He's gonna clean. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But we're playing games. We're playing What's in My Mouth. That's a fun game we're
Ooh.
playing.
Okay.
Where I'll have a blindfold on, and he'll put things in my mouth, and I'll have to guess what they are. We're doing taste tests. We're doing special guest calls where there's going to be an animal exhibit going on.
Ooh.
There's gonna be all sorts
when
of
we
things
did a
happening.
family Brie live stream, I found a royalty-free beats, and I made Brie and Grace rap. You guys should do that.
Wait,
style rap.
what? Royalty-free beats?
Yeah,
does that mean?
API music.
royalty-free music, music without copyright.
This was like some sustainably farmed beat. I'm not even kidding
Yes,
you.
No,
from only the
music.
That's
highest
how fucking
class
main you are? You think it's a
rappers.
sustainably
highest
farmed
class producers
I
only.
was like, well, I've heard of no GMOs. What are royalties?
Hello. Nick Hamilton, what do you
after
think?
this?
Do you think we're setting it up right, the live stream?
Yeah, I think that from what I heard in the beginning,
Crazier
it was
stuff
kind of
you have to
all
do
over the
better.
place. Having the end goal of 48 hours makes it a lot more structured, and there is an end in sight.
Yep.
I think when you guys initially started, I heard it was once we get to 50,000 subscribers, and that doesn't motivate people as much.
Yeah.
I think having it be against Vinny does give the motivation to be able to hit it, but I will say live streams can go one way or the other.
And you should do incentives at 46 we'll do this. At 47
we got it
we'll
all.
do this.
I
I'm
say
gonna have to-
if I know these people, I know that you guys have
I slapped the
plenty of
living
magic.
shit out of jet ski.
Yeah. I bet the world that you have plenty of mischief and
Yes.
excitement planned, and I look forward to seeing it. So what time should we start tuning in? Tomorrow or tonight?
We're gonna tune. We're starting tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. on
Mine
the
was a
Out and
little too
About.
early for Joe. He said he needs.
I agree. I'm with Joe on that. Joey and I
shit
are the same in the early morning. I can't do it. He's the same. I know. So 10 a.m. on the Out and About YouTube channel.
Yes, we're gonna have a little QR code on this screen, so if you're sitting
Tomorrow.
at your here's the thing: you don't even need to watch my shit. Just fucking subscribe to it, and then that's it. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to hit a benchmark. It's gonna be very fun. We got a bunch of people coming over. Some adult film stars will be involved.
Ooh,
you horned up straight boys.
Oh yeah, that'll get the subs for
hell
sure.
yeah, hell yeah. We love that. Fabulous. Okay, well, we look forward to that, and we'll be checking with you. I think like 12:45ish tomorrow, right? We talked about. So tomorrow, before we wrap up, we'll check in with you guys.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for an excellent episode. Wow, I can't believe Erika came on the show. That's so great. I'm so pumped about that. So if you guys missed her at the beginning of the show, catch the rewatch, catch it on podcast as well, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Love you guys. Slay.